How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God, and all will see how great is our God. Age to age he stands, and time is in his hands, beginning and the end, beginning and the end. The Godhead three in one. He's the Father, Spirit, Son, the Lion and the Lamb, the Lion and the Lamb.
In a marriage relationship, never abuse the trust that your wife has given to you, or even your husband has given to you. The moment you abuse the trust, it's very difficult, to patch back that broken, the cracked relationship.
Adapt means you're going to learn to adapt to something new. Adopt, you're going to learn to adopt and make it yours personally. And adjust, you're going to learn or need to learn to bring that change into your own lifestyle.
So using machine learning or AI, today the AI is able to actually read through and memorize and decipher the entire sets of records from the very beginning of time of these particular patients.
When talking to the person, and apologize if you are the cause of the hurt or the pain. Apologize and ask for forgiveness, right? And be willing to change.
How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our
Well, very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Family First Malaysia Zumina. My name is Richard Tan, and tonight, together with my lovely wife, Florence Ng, we will be your moderators.
Well, good evening to one and all. I'm Florence, and on behalf of Family First Malaysia, we thank you for taking your precious time to join us on this Zumina this evening. As moderators, allow us to take care of some house rules so that we can all enjoy an uninterrupted and fantastic evening together.
Yes, number one is, as usual, do make sure that your microphone is switched off. The administrator will switch off your microphone when you come in, but just in case this is not done due to technical errors, do assist us by switching off your own microphone. This is to ensure an uninterrupted presentation by the speaker for this evening. However, we will encourage you to keep your camera on so the speakers can see your faces.
Do ensure you are properly attired, as this Zumina is recorded and will be posted on Facebook and YouTube. I'm sure you would want to look your best on screen.
Number three is that if you have any question to ask, we will seek your cooperation to type your question in the chat box, which can be found at the bottom of your screen, so that we can pick it up and post it to our speakers immediately when she finishes. Now, in case some of you would like to direct your questions to the speakers personally, do wait till the end of the session when we will put a platform for discussion and fellowship where time permits.
Well, just in case you need to eat or munch something, do switch off your camera and enjoy your food.
Number five is do stay to the end of Zumina, as there will be a photo shoot of all the participants. The chairman of FFM will request you to switch on your camera when the time comes, and we will then proceed to take a group photo.
In the event of an interruption of your internet connection, do not worry about missing out, as this Zumina will be posted on Facebook and YouTube as mentioned earlier, and you can catch up and watch it from there at your convenience.
For those who are interested in following up with or be kept updated with the activities and Zuminas of FFM, and we encourage you to leave your phone number in the chat box, and the administrator of FFM will pick it up and include you in our mailing list via WhatsApp.
I think that's all about it for housekeeping. Now do sit back, relax, and enjoy a short presentation of the vision and mission of Family First Malaysia, followed immediately by the introduction of the speaker for this evening. May we have the video presentation now?
Yes, Family First Malaysia is a non-profit organization that emphasizes on the importance of good and holistic family values. Our vision is
We exit to transform next-gen fathers, supported by mothers, to build better families, resulting in a better workplace, a better society, and a stronger nation.
the mission of FFM is that
We partner with like-minded organizations to restore, reshape, and release men and women to become better couples and parents in a context of original marriage with 4F: focus, family, finance, fitness, and favor.
under family, we seek to double our love, joy, and peace in our families to restore broken relationships, reshape the home environment, and release next generation leaders, using home as the starting point of leadership training. And the tools we use for family is Noble Family Vision, Blessing of a Happy Marriage, Role of a Husband or Father, Role of a Wife, Mother, the Foundation of Blessed Children, and lastly, the Foundation of the Family Altar.
Finance, increase our income on net profit ethically and righteously, with value innovation to double our giving, with all bad debt settled and achieving oneness with money as a family, beginning with fathers and mothers to model better financial stewardship.
And the tools we use for finance is the Principles of Financial Stewardship, God's Purpose for Money, Managing Money as a Couple, and Financial Freedom. The next one is
Fitness, strengthen our mental and physical health through the cultivation of a positive mental attitude, holistic exercise and nutrition, resulting in high energy and wisdom to achieve things of big and lasting impact.
Yep, the tools we use will be
Cultivating a positive personal habit, growing old gracefully.
And the last one is FAVOR, and is the acronym that stands for
Faithful, adaptable, versatile, optimistic, understanding relationships.
And FFM this is our website. You can take a screenshot of this QR code, and you can always keep yourself updated on what we are doing and the affairs of FFM. And FFM is operated on a pro bono basis, but we will welcome any support if you feel moved by the Lord and touched by what we are doing, and you want to join hands with us to be a blessing to couples and to families. You are most welcome to give us your donation, and this is our bank account with the family and name and account number. Take a shot of the screenshot of the QR code, and we welcome any donation from generous givers. Thank you very much for taking your time. Now, tonight, we are all privileged and honored to have with us someone who is highly qualified to share with us her experiences on mental health, who integrates psychological expertise with Christian faith. Now, she will help us to learn the 3 L's in identifying and dealing with mental health.
She is a licensed counselor, educator, and clinical supervisor with 20 plus years of experience in the mental health industry, including couples and family care. She also holds the position of Dean of Counseling Studies in AOIC, which stands for Alpha Omega International College, a Christian theological college based in Malaysia, and she is the Vice President of National Association of Christian Counselors.
Now, You heard her portfolios, and I'm sure we can all expect to gain some precious knowledge from what our speaker is going to share with us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to pass this time over to Dr. Yeo Pei Li, our speaker for this evening. Dr. Yeo, over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Richard and Florence, for the wonderful welcome. I would also want to welcome all of us here, and of course, those who are live streaming at YouTube. So it's really, we are talking about the early bird catches the worm. Those who come in early could come into the front seat. Yeah, really appreciate all of you for showing up on the Tuesday evening for this topic, which is so important for us to really know how to be able to assist families, not just our own families. Let's be open-minded to see how we can also assist families, because a lot of time when we are stuck with our own family, our friend can come alongside us. So at the end, it's really about showing up that matters the most. Then how we can really, when we show up, we know how to say the right thing, connect them to the right help, right support, and that's where healing happens, right? So today's topic is psychological first aid for families. Usually we talk about psychological first aid when there's disaster, when disaster first happen, and then we go in so that we can by the calamity, and we are trying to prevent PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So right now for families, we want to be able to identify early warning signs, right? Before something terrible happened to the family. So want to welcome all of us once again. And let's see, every presenter or facilitator would like to know what brings you here today. Would you all just put in the chat, like, what brings you here today? So that then I can also attend to your needs, just in case. Probably a few of you that's in this Zoom room can put in the chat what brings you all here today. Increase the volume. Let me see. How about now? It will just reduce by itself. So maybe you can put on the speaker. So anyone here wants to just tell me what brings you here today? Facebook link. Anyone or not? Me? You come here because of me? My follower. Anyone else? Friction in marriage. Okay. And what we can do, Okay. All right. Of course, there are other more specific topics that help relationship. Sudden death in family. So how can we help not the one that has died, but the survivor? How can we actually help them? Yes. Because it's traumatizing for those who experience traumatic or sudden death of their loved one. Important issue for mental development, yes, okay. Managing stressful situation like anger outbursts, dealing with crisis at home with loved one, okay, all right. Dealing with children, 11 years old, who are becoming more moody and independent as they slowly become teenagers, Okay, let's see how. So you have in mind what you want to learn today, and at the end, if it was not answered, please ask questions. So you stay back. I'll do my best to end early, just so that you all could have Q&A time. But otherwise, along the way, please ask questions over the chat, because I'm also monitoring the chat. Okay, so I would like to just start with this. Where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there I am with them. So this is a promise, and there's so many of us here gathering here, and the fact that you show up, you are already present, right? The fact that you are present, you are really there on the way to help your family or help friends in need. right? So today we want to look at understanding psychological first aid and what is it's not, how to recognize the sign of distress, yeah, in children, teens, adults, and the 3 L's are look, listen, link framework. If you learn nothing, it's really just about look, listen, link. Yeah, what are we looking for, listening to, you know, and then linking with, yeah, what is that? And know what to say, what to avoid, and then respond calmly and compassionately in family moments. Because when we are distressed, when we are stressed, as we help others, it will not be the best for those who are in distress. So we need to have a calm demeanor, right? Just so that we can help those who are anxious. And then how we can integrate faith, when to pray. Because sometimes when we pray too soon, or, you know, they reject our prayer. Yeah, they will be questioning God, why this happened to us. So in order to maximize the benefit of your 1.5 hours here, do participate 100%, yeah, by, you know, not multitasking, but as you listen to me, I'll have lots of questions. Please answer in the text. And of course, feel free to write in your questions along the way. As you listen to me, I rather attend to what you are curious about, or things that I said that you don't understand, and to just attend to it if it's beneficial for everyone. So this is a safe space. Yeah, so in our agreement, we are here to grow, not to judge. There are no perfect parents, spouses, caregivers in this room. So it's not about you, you know, thinking, oh, I'm a failure. Anyway, we don't know any better. We just do what we pick up from our parents, or we just do what common sense seems to tell us, right? So it's not for you to feel bad. If you can come on camera, would be good. Yeah, because as a presenter, it's nice to see expression. Yeah. What is shared stays in this room. If at all during question and answer, some of your friends here talk about their personal stories, you want to hopefully just stay here. Okay, so I know it's on live, right? So okay, so you'll just be mindful of what you'll share. You just say some of these stories. It's okay to feel something during this session. So just in case, as I shared, you felt uneasy, that's also quite possible, right? So feel free to just step away. You know, you need to take care of yourself, because sometimes there may be triggers. Yeah, you may bring some remembrance or something that has happened in the past that you have not dealt with. Yeah, so sometimes the people we love most are struggling in silence. Would you agree with this? If you agree, just type 1. If you don't agree, don't need to type. Do you agree, you know, the people we love most suffer in silence? And do you know what makes them suffer in silence? What could be some common reason why people are not sharing that they are struggling? Shame. Okay, good. Anything else? Pride. Talk about ego. Afraid of judgment. Fair enough, right? That I'm not good enough, do not get understanding, feel embarrassed, don't want to trouble a family member. I think a lot of us, you know, we don't want to trouble our loved one. But on another note, if it's children, they may not have the words. They may not ask for help, but they are watching to see if you notice. So what you notice and what they are really telling you is very different. But again, if we see them from a normal eyes, right, then we would think that, you know, our child is so misbehaving, so rude, you know, so no manners, you know, we will start labeling them. But actually, maybe it's just them to test us to see if we notice that they are distressed. So today is really learning about how to notice and how to respond. Yeah. So what stress your family most right now? So this is a question. Those who are in YouTube, you can also type in the comment, right? So I'm going to flesh out a work pressure and burnout. Anxiety or emotional overwhelm. Financial stress. Parenting challenges. Communication breakdown. Maybe, you're stressed over technology and screen time. What about a recent loss, grief, and trauma? Or just everything just feels so hard and you just really want to give up. So where are you today? Okay, we have D and F, parenting challenge and technology. Okay, yeah. We had lots of coming in. B, anxiety or emotional overwhelm. Yeah. Okay. So think about anxiety. Is it the normal anxiety that all of us face, or is it a clinical anxiousness? Like it goes into anxiety disorder. So that's where talk to somebody so that maybe we will link you up to a professional for diagnosis. Okay, B, D, C. So we can all relate to this question here that stresses our family. A, B, D, G, everything else. Is there any I that is not listed here and that you are concerned about in your family? Okay, then my next question to all of us. What is hardest? Part of supporting someone you love? What makes it hard? Okay. Not knowing what to say. They push me away when I try to help. No, not welcome. I don't know when to step in. Feel so helpless. Feeling helpless or inadequate. I'm exhausted from carrying it all. Yeah, because over a period of time, you feel so tired. F, I want to help, but I'm scared of saying the wrong thing because there's too many episodes where, it gets into big conflict. So where are you all in terms of, really helping your family or someone you love? Okay, we have F. Anyone else? B and E. What else? Or you all are not struggling any of this? Then give me a G if you are good. Okay, so D, E, I'm exhausted. Yeah. Right. So I think it's also about self-care. If you're exhausted, you need to make sure you rejuvenate because we cannot help others from an empty cup. So we ourselves must be filled. Otherwise, we had this term called compassion fatigue. Yeah. Do not know how to minister to someone with severe OCD. Yeah. So this is a different topic altogether. Yeah. How to help people with mental challenges. It's not for today, but today is more of how to identify people with mental challenges so that then we can link them up to the right source. So let's look at understanding distress at home. So behavior is communication and every signal matters. So what are we seeing? Like what are some of the common emotional struggle in family today? What do you think? What are some common emotional struggle in families? Anger, depression, okay? Rebellion, so that's the behavior. Finance, yeah. Any more? So let's see if you can relate. Anxiety and worries, somebody has said that about our future, relationship, health. And then right now, we have got this hunter virus. We hope don't have another pandemic, another lockdown. And then we feel emotionally overwhelmed, too much, too long, too much, too fast for too long, right? And then we are tired. We just be overwhelmed and then we probably freeze. Then there's death, divorce, dreams unfulfilled, So therefore, the grief and loss, then we get burnout as a parents, especially those in their 40s, those in the midlife. Above you is your parents, which you have to take care. Below you is your teenagers, kids, that you have to take care. So very tired. And then we have conflict, unresolved tension at home, and some silent withdrawal, pulling away when pain becomes too heavy. So we rather numb ourselves when we shut down. Yeah. So which one feels closest to home for you right now? Can you relate to any of these? Yeah. It's so important that it's not just a head knowledge, but something that you will start thinking and see it within yourself so that you know what you need to handle or to improve or to deal with. Okay, so we have silent withdrawal. Yeah. So then ask ourselves, why do I withdraw? All right. Have I given up or I am feeling helpless? I don't know what I don't know. Yeah. Is there something that I can do? Yeah. Anxiety and worries. Anything else? Okay. Burnout. Yeah. I do hope that you all can speak to, maybe leaders in Family First. Yeah. Talk to somebody or your pastor, a mentor to support you. So what I'm trying to say, you are not alone and neither are your families whom you love. Yeah, we are all in this together. Every family has their own struggle. So here, what distress looks like across your family. So in every age group, distress looks differently. Yeah. So for young children, 3 to 10, you will notice that your child becomes so clingy, and then when you want to send them to, let's say, kindergarten, they have this separation anxiety, or maybe they are already 9, but like they should be toilet trained, then they still wet, so maybe there's some trauma that happened in school, right? So there's sleep disruption, then they throw tantrum beyond their usual age, or they have stomach ache, which is very real. Yeah, their stomach ache, which is very real, but a lot of time it's also psychological. A regression to younger behavior like bed wetting, or one, the pacifier, or they have nightmares, fear of being alone. Then for teenagers, they will start to withdraw and isolate, because if you understand human lifespan development, teenagers, their focus is really friends, right? Young children will be parents, and then if they were to grow up normally, teenager, they will want to shift to have their own friends. So friends will be more important than parents. So that's something we have to accept as parents. Then when you notice there's a lot of mood swing, irritability, that's pretty normal as well because of their hormonal changes, right? Their hormone is raging during this teenager age. Drop in grades or school refusal, if you know your kids that they're actually a good student, but why, their grade drops, or they take risks, they do a lot of risky behavior, sleep too much or too little, loss of interest they love to do. This is a big indicator. Things they like to do, then they suddenly lost interest. Yeah, so that's something you want to, once you notice that, the L, the look, then you want to talk to them so that you can listen. Yeah. Then adult, emotional numbness or flatness, because by the time we reach adulthood, we have gone through so many challenges, we just know how to numb ourselves to move forward so that we can focus on our work, focus on what matters, right? So those are emo stuff, we just know how to flatten it, or ignore it, or pocket one side of our brain. Then we become tearful, rage, or a lot of volatility, or the mood swinger. You withdraw from a relationship, you just don't want to meet anyone, lost appetite or overeating. Yeah, food is comfort food. Yeah, it's something that will help us feel good. Yeah, but of course it's just temporary, because once you feel good, then you go on the weighing machine, you see that you put on weight, then you get depressed again. Then you need to eat again to feel good. Right, so it's very temporary. Or shopping, some of us, when we are stressed, we go shopping. It's good to buy, you feel good, but then when the credit card bill comes, that you get stressed out, right? So difficulty concentrating or deciding and saying I'm fine, but actually it's not fine, right? Saying I'm fine is very cliche. So if you have older adults, right? Your aging parents or grandparents, sometimes it's like increased passivity or resignation. They talk about wanting to die, wanting to go home. Yeah. And when they start giving away their possession, their priceless possession, more so the elderly, but every people who are suicidal, this is one of the symptoms. Yeah, they give away things that used to be very precious to them. They give it away. Older people, if they have got money, they will give away the passwords, So they will put things in place. And they're refusing meals or medication, because they are so in pain. Saying, I've lived long enough, withdrawing from family gatherings, or excessive fearfulness or anxiety. Right? So watch out for all these symptoms. Because this is really something that calls for attention. So as you look through this, does anyone in your family come to mind right now? If yes, what is your relationship with this person? Can you type in the chat? I'll just let you reflect for a bit. Anyone? Or you are all good? But yes, there's somebody in mind that's you have right now. One in each category. Wow. Okay, teen drop in grades. Okay. So these are good reason to really have a conversation with them and to see what's going on in their life. Yeah. Right. Keep it coming, right? So that you can do something at the end of the seminar or this webinar. Difficult to concentrate or to decide, right? So our behavior is communication, it's a message, right? So what we see is really just above the surface, like tantrum, meltdown, defiance, shutdown, aggression, withdrawal, crying, screaming, or we froze. These are all just above the iceberg or above the water. But what we don't see is what is underneath. Like maybe there's a lot of fear or anxiety going to school because there's a bully there. And we don't know what their young people are exposed to in social media. Yeah, is there a cyberbully that overwhelmed them? Yeah, for special need kids, there's a lot of sensory overload, a lot of dysregulation. Yeah, or maybe unmet need for safety or control for adult or teens, and perhaps grief, loss, or attachment wound. Yeah, some young people when they fall out of love, they fall in love, you don't know. They fall out of love, lucky you don't know. But of course, then we see why suddenly withdraw from friends or why suddenly just want to be on their own. Yeah. So it all depends from family to family. How open are you all in communication, in getting to know what's going on in your children's life or your parents' life? Yeah. So what is this child trying to tell me that they cannot yet say with words if we are dealing with children? Or otherwise, if it's adult, what is this person trying to tell me through their behavior, through their action or inaction? So that's something where we want to be very curious about, right? So the behavior itself is really not the problem. It's just a sign. It is just a symptom. And behavior being communication, just see that they are not trying to give you a hard time, right? Like your rebellious kid, they are not trying to give you a hard time. It's because they are having a hard time. They don't know how else to communicate with you. And a lot of times they also get very suffocated because you don't understand, you don't listen to them. So that would be also their complaint. And what they do, they stomp their feet, they slam the door. So that is a big message for you that, mom and dad, you don't understand. So every act of withdrawal, every outburst, silence is an invitation, asking if you would come close. So what it feels like they're pushing you away, but deep down in them, what we did not see is that they want you to come and understand them. Yeah. So now we want to look at what then is psychological first aid. It's all about being present rather than fixing them. So today is really to shift your mindset. Don't think about wanting to solve their problem or fix them. For today, it's really about learning to understand what's going on. So what is PFA? What is PFA? Then it's better to understand what it is not first. So it's not therapy or professional counseling. Yeah. So you don't have to be afraid that, I have to be a professional in order to do PFA. No. Right? It's not forcing someone to talk. Yeah. It's just an invitation. By being there, if they want to talk, they are most open to share. It's not about diagnosing or treating condition. What we do is we look for symptoms and then we link them to the right person. So it's not for you to tell, I think you got depression. Yeah. Having all the right answer, no, you don't have to. Because maybe the person affected, they themselves also don't know what's going on. All right. It's also not a permanent solution. Yeah. It's not a prayer as a substitute for care. Usually we don't know what to do. Let's commit to the Lord. So we want you to do more than just praying and committing to the Lord. All right. So therefore, what is PFA? It's a compassionate, non-judgmental presence. Just being there for them. Listening without having to solve their problem or whatever distress they're telling you. Because for us, when we listen, we tend to listen to respond. All right. Or when we listen, we don't feel good with what they say, then we try to negate what they say, especially when it comes to, I think I want to end my life. I think I want to kill myself. Then we will say, no lah, don't do that. You have so much future in front of you, stuff like that, right? So it's not about making all those comments at this point of time. Stay calm, whatever they tell you, no matter how challenging it is to hear, just stay calm, because by you staying calm, we are stabilizing their emotion as well. Yeah. It's transfer, right? If they are anxious, they will also be anxious. If we are calm, we are also helping them to stay calm. Because we have what is in us, what we call the mirror neuron. So we mirror each other, right? So if you're anxious, they can pick up your anxiety, right? But what we want is them to pick up our calmness, our care, our connection. Yeah. So we want to connect them to someone for further help, right? Because remember, this is not a professional counseling, that you refer them to professional help if there is a need. It's something everyone can learn and do, and it's a first link in the chain of care. So you are the first stop. If you are staying with them, you are the first stop who notice it. Then after is the series of help that we can offer to them. Oops. Okay. Any questions so far? Feel free to put in. Can suddenly change in gender fluidity? I don't believe there's a sudden change. What do you mean by gender fluidity? Maybe later on, when we put you to the mic, you can stay back and you can give me more information. So the power of presence over fixing, right? Remember, you just have to show up. And in Job, he has got these 3 friends. They were sitting with him for 7 days and 7 nights, and they were doing so well until they opened their mouth, right? And when the moment they open their mouth, they are really just discouraging Job, right? Maybe you have seen, maybe this, maybe that, yeah. So the initial part when they said nothing, yeah, that's the presence. So your presence is the message that, hey, you are important to me. I'm here for you. Yeah, and then your calmness is contagious, and giving them the attention is a gift for them that someone cares, right? And just by being there, noticing, that's the beginning of a healing process. Remember, you have to first stop. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the 3 simple steps. First is the look, the 3L. Yeah. So what do we observe? What do we assess? Yeah. So before we say anything, we want to just really look around. Yeah, what do I see? Is this person safe? And what are the feeling? What are they feeling right now? Yeah. So you have to do your own assessment with your eyes. Then you listen with your ear. Yeah. Connect and be present. Hear what they need to say without fixing. If they are ready to talk. If they are not ready to talk, you just sit there with them. And what do they need to say? Am I truly with them right now? Right. So if you are distressed, it's also very hard to hear them fully. Yeah. So when we do PFA, we usually in the real disaster place, we go 2 by 2. Yeah, because it can be very overwhelming. And then when one talk to the person in distress, the other one will just pray and support. Then we link them to the right care. Yeah, the next step of care. And we will look more in detail. Let's look at the first one. So pause, observe, and assess safety. So technically, it's always about physical safety first. Is this person in immediate danger? Are there signs of harm? If they are, you need to take away, especially again, let's say a family, they will have those things that they will cut themselves, right? You want to take away those things that they can harm themselves. Yeah. And then emotional state, do they seem frozen, panic, withdrawn, or agitated? So watch out for their emotional state so that you know if they're already so activated, you don't go and add fuel some more. Yeah, we add fuel by saying the wrong thing. Right? So what's the basic needs? Are they hungry, tired, sick, or in physical pain? Yeah, maybe it's really medical. Are they having support around them, or are they alone? Yeah, so if they are in distress, never leave them alone. Who else is there that can help? And then check yourself. Are you ready to help? Are you calm enough to help? Because if you panic, you will not make the best decision for them. Because people who are in distress, they cannot decide. You have to tell them, sit down, drink water. You have to just tell them what to do right now. Because their mind is really not thinking in the right manner. So your calm presence before words. Yeah, before you say anything, make sure you have a calm demeanor so that when you are regulated, yeah, your nervous system help regulate theirs. So this is under polyvagal theory. So as a PFA, psychological first aiders, you need to really be calm, yeah, to be fit to help others. So moving on, let's listen, let's connect and be present, which is the most powerful thing you can offer, so that they will feel fully heard. Now, these are some of the common mistakes. We jump to advice, to give advice or to give solution too soon. Or we minimize their experience. Oh, at least you still have, especially young people, they say, a lot of my teens, they want to come and see a counselor because they are more aware about mental health, mental illness as well. So they want to see a counselor. Then the parent will say, what problem you have? I think you think too much lah. You have everything. You got food, you got shelter, you got school, you got money. What are you complaining? Right? So we are minimizing their distress. Then we compare. Others have it worse. Or we then spiritualize. Just pray lah. Read your Bible. Or then you to talk about making it yourself. Yeah. It's like, during my time, or when I have the same challenge that you go through, this is what I do. Yeah, although with good intention, but then it becomes your story already. Or you are not giving them the full attention because you are busy looking at your phone. So when we do PFA, we want to really give eye-to-eye contact, yeah? So make soft contact, not staring at them. Then you nod and you lean forward as if I'm here with you, I'm here for you. If they are not ready to talk, it's okay, just sit there with them. Yeah, don't have to rush in to fill in the gap. So this is where, as a PFA, you need to be comfortable with silence. I don't know how many of you are comfortable with silence, or there is always a need when there's silence, you got to say something. Yeah, otherwise then your mind will be thinking, oh, if I don't say anything, they think I'm very boring. And then as we listen, how do they know that we listen correctly? Yeah, that's where we reflect back. Yeah, we reflect back to them what we hear or what we feel. Yeah, it sounds like you feel angry. It sounds like you feel disappointed. Yeah, so when we reflect with that back to them, then they know, oh yeah, this person is really listening and can understand me, and that's where the validation comes in. Yeah, it really makes so much sense that you behave this way or you become like this given what you have gone through. Yeah. So it makes it understandable that today you are like that because of what you have gone through. Yeah. Right. So it doesn't make it right, it doesn't make it wrong, right? We are just trying to just validate what they went through. Yeah. So then, now that we understood, we heard them, what do you need right now? So we want to not barge in to help them when the help is not, when they are not ready for help. Yeah, then we get ourselves into a lot of disappointment, as if they are so ungrateful. So listening that heals is not about waiting for your turn to speak. Yeah. So again, when this is kind of like repeat, it's because it's important. Yeah. So your warm eye contact, don't stare, and just let them know, hey, I'm here. Yeah. Then your open body posture, facing them, lean forward, and of course, full attention. Allow silence, don't rush to fill in. Silence is not failure, and then we reflect back. It sounds like you feel, am I right? And that makes sense given everything you have been through. Then ask, don't assume. What do you need most from me right now? Yeah. As much as you think they need this, but maybe that's not what they need at this point of time. And what not to say, what do you all think? What not to say? However well-intentioned, so conversation that shut down further, especially, when you talk to teens, they just say, fine, thank you. Just one word only. Yeah. So they don't want to talk more. So words like, hey, you're overreacting. So it invalidates their experience. Or spiritualize it lah. Just pray more lah. Have more faith. Okay. At least it's not as bad as, you minimizes or compare their pain. I know exactly how you feel. Yeah. So it makes you about you. You need to be strong for the family. Yeah. So then we are not giving them the permission to be weak, to be vulnerable, and that give them even more burden to have to be strong. Already they are feeling so overwhelmed, right? Others have it worse, so you shut down emotion, and then it's like guilt tripping them lah. Others have it worse. Mine is just a small thing, and I already feel so lousy. Yeah, so I must be a failure. So that's how the mind thinks one. Even though with good intention, just think positive. And this word itself can be very triggering because the fact that you ask me to think positive, you're assuming I'm not thinking positive. Do you know every morning I'm forcing myself to wake up and get through the day? Yeah. People who are really depressed, when they wake up in the morning, they will be thinking, I'm still alive. Yeah, when they sleep, God, take me home. Let me die in my sleep. Yeah, so when they wake up, it's like they have to gather a lot of energy to get through the day. So by us saying just think positive, don't be so negative, we are really minimizing their pain. This is like, God is testing you, as if I've done something so sinful. Therefore, I deserve the punishment. God is punishing me. Yeah. Does that relate to you? Have you had somebody who shared all this to you, who said all this to you, or you have said this to somebody else's? And therefore, the conversation just ends there. All right. So these are words we don't say. And this is also something not just during PFA when you have like normal interaction. Yeah, you don't have to, you can also apply it there. So simple phrases that opens the heart. I'm here with you. That sounds really, really hard. Yeah, so we are feeling the pain. You don't have to figure this out alone. I'm here with you. Yeah. What do you need most right now? I was asking them. It's okay not to be okay. So giving them permission to not be okay. And that is very liberating. Rather than, please be strong for the family. Your mom needs you, your dad needs you, or your sibling needs you. Okay, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just here. You don't want to talk, it's okay. I'll be here. When you're ready, let's talk. Yeah, it makes sense that you feel this way. Would it be okay if I pray with you? So even prayer, we ask for permission. Yeah. So which one would mean the most to you to hear right now? What do you think? If you're going through something distressing, right? What do you want to hear people say? Put it in the chat. Okay, look at all these phrases. Like, if you can memorize this page, this will be good for you to help others. But when we go through challenges ourselves, what do we want to hear? Yeah, not going anywhere. Just stay here with me. Anyone else? You don't have to figure out alone. Yeah, right? And that is, again, very comforting that I'm not in this journey alone. You don't have to figure alone. It's okay not to be okay. Yeah, I love this phrase. I'm here with you. Yeah. So that we know we are not on our own, right? So listen is the most powerful skill you have. And most people don't need advice first. They need to feel heard. Yeah. So please listen to them first. First, to be understood. If you need to earn your right to speak into their life lah. So you need to understand first. Seek first to understand, then to be understood lah. This is 7 habits of highly effective people. One of the habit: seek first to understand others, then only you earn the right to be understood what your thought is. So Ling, our third L, support and guide. So you are basically the bridge, you're not the destination. So don't take all the responsibility by yourself. Especially when it comes to life and death matter, don't keep the secret for them. Because they don't want, they suffer in silence, right? And you're the best friend. Then they say, don't tell my parents, don't tell my parents. For this kind of thing, I don't want to take the responsibility myself. I will surely share with the parents when it comes to life and death matter. Yeah, I'd rather lose a friend than lose a friend because then the person don't want to befriend me because I betray him or her, rather than I don't have this friend anymore because he really ended his life. So Ling, we talk about practical support. Either we help them with tasks or sit with them, don't leave them alone, and then identify one small step they can do. Remember, people who are overwhelmed, they cannot think straight, you got to guide them, tell them what to do. We can also give them emotional support, check in again with them tomorrow, right? Or you call them, or you maybe visit them and say, I'm here. You don't have to figure this out on your own. All right, we will talk about this tomorrow when you're rested. Then we normalize what you're feeling. It's normal to feel this way when you're overwhelmed for too long. Yeah, that you feel so helpless, that you feel that you want to end it all. It's so normal with what you went through. Yeah, but let's figure it out together. So that's the emotional support. So remember here, we are still not giving them a solution yet. And because yours is quite intense already and I'm not the best person to help, I can journey with you, but maybe I can also link you up to a counselor, a therapist, a mental health professional, a psychiatrist, yeah, to get medicated. Yeah. And then with church coming in, if we are a believer, yeah, that's where discipleship is also very important. So sometimes, yeah, the truth, remember the truth will set you free. So by renewing our mind, the breakthrough will come with the word of God, yeah, with the right way of seeing ourselves, seeing who we are in Christ. Then community support, yeah. Usually they like to withdraw, so can we connect them back, get the family coming together, go for family therapy because the family may have done family wrong or say the words that is so discouraging. Connect them with their friends or church network or whichever network that will be helpful. And then support groups. If you are grieving, if you have divorce, there's all this support group that's there. Or, if you're in the corporate, there is this employee assistance program, which is part of human resource benefits. Yeah. So instead of going to see a counselor and you have to pay for it, if the company has got engagement with a third-party counselor, then they will send them to this EAP service. Or otherwise, NGO has got lots of free services as well. But if you can afford, I think private, you can get more proper care or weekly care. If you go to the government, they only can see you once a month or once every 3 months, right? Which is really not good enough. Linking is not abandoning, right? So just because I remember we are the bridge, I link you up, I'm not washing my hand. I will still be there with you and journeying with you. Yeah. So it's really just a loving act that I'm connecting you with the right source. Yeah. So advice says, here's what you should do. Now let's move on. All right. But empathy says, I see you in your pain. I'm coming in with you. Yeah. So we journey in it together. Blame, justify, excuses. How do you deal with blame, justify, and excuses? Yeah. So if you argue with them, then of course they will tell you more things, then you feel more blame, right? So what you do is when you listen to understand, right? So it feels like you are angry with me. So I need more context, Alan. It feels like you are angry with me or you feel that whatever I say, I'm blaming you. Am I right? Yeah. So a lot of time when people have got mental health challenge, like they just sleep all throughout the day, they are very passive. We see them as very lazy. It's just an excuse for not wanting to do or for wanting to scroll the phone. But this is really their body protecting themselves, because when you're depressed, clinically depressed, you really got no mood to do anything. Your body is very heavy, right? So they will do all these things that feels like they're running away from the real task that they have to do. So these are all warning signs. So instead of labeling them, you are lazy, you are just, not disciplining. Let's have a conversation with them. Yeah. Is there something that you are going through? Yeah. Maybe, they cannot even catch up with the studies. They are so behind. Yeah. So like I say, sometimes if let's say your family say no dating after you graduate, then they will date secretly in high school. People heal in the presence of someone who truly heals them. So again, this is very magical. No need to give any solution. Just knowing that somebody understood what I went through, not judging me, not saying that I give excuse, right? Or I'm just blaming others because, I'm always right. So therefore, always blaming others. When they feel truly hurt, they feel that's the beginning of healing again, right? So let's just look at a few scenarios and how you would respond. A child who can't calm down. 8-year-old Sophia comes home from school, slams her bag down, and bursts into tears. She screams, "Nobody likes me," and runs to her room. Her mother, exhausted from a long day, doesn't know where to go in or give her space. If you are the family PFA, do you know what you need to do? So remember, we learned about the 3 Ls. So how do we respond in this kind of situation? How would a normal person that haven't learned this would respond? Any thoughts? What are some common things that we would do? We will react. So how do we react? Hey, Sophia, what's wrong? Let her cool down. Okay. So what are we looking at right now? The 3L. So what are we looking at? Is she safe? All right. Is she alone? Or what is her body doing? Yeah. So sometimes they may have got some secret weapon. And now we talk about, young people, they just like to barcode themselves. You know what it means, barcode themselves. Just self-harm. So you go to look around and then see the body, any bruises, anything that happened. Did she get bullied from school? Then we listen. Go in gently, sit nearby. Don't have to speak immediately. Let her feel your presence first. So once you can calm her down, hey, I'm here. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere. And of course, it sounds very foreign, right? So your family will have your own family way of sharing, but you need to do the first L first and the first 2L. Say, hey, I'm here. And let's say, if things are really not like she's being bullied, or after she talked to you and when she feel calm, do you want to tell me about it? Yeah, I really want to understand. So this link here is to have a conversation with the person for emotional support, right? Or let's say, if you don't feel comfortable talking to me, who would you like to talk to? And then you link them up to the father, or brother, so long as, she is able to express herself. Teenager who has gone silent. 16-year-old Marcus has barely spoken in 2 weeks. He eats alone, comes home late, and when his father asks how school is, he just says, fine. His father is worried but doesn't want to push. Every conversation ends in argument. How do you feel about this? Can you relate? Does it feel familiar? So let's say, what would you say that will close the conversation? Can you remember? Let's do the red box first. What are some of the words that you say that will close up the conversation? What's wrong with you? It's the tone, right? Hey, I'm concerned. Is there something wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Anything else? This is not a hotel, Yeah, so true. Any more? What is eating you inside, boy? All right, yeah. Ayo. Right. Okay, why won't you talk to me? You used to be so open. In my day, we just dealt with it. And also we are minimizing their experience lah. And then what will open up? Hey, I've noticed you seem quieter. I'm not here to lecture. Yeah, I just miss you. I would love to have conversation with you. Yeah. Sit beside him. Don't demand eye contact. If the person just is still angry, you don't have to say anything. I'm just here. Right? Can you see the being present there? May I know more? Yeah. Until they want to share lah. So don't pressure them to share at that point of time. Yeah. Because usually even if you ask out of concern, is there anything that happened? Nothing, or they just don't want to say first, then it's okay, give them that space. Stressed spouse. Your spouse comes home, they say nothing. They sit at the table, stare at the phone. Then when you ask, how was your day? They snap, I'm fine, I just need a minute. So how to respond? Give her the minute. Pandai already. And then, what can we say to her? You don't look fine. You don't look fine, leh. Okay, so you are validating, you are using the first L. Okay, good. Ada lagi? All right. So whatever it is, you want to play games, so you want to distract, just sit beside them, don't provide him. Yeah. So give space, then you come back. At the same time, because they snap at you, don't take it personally. Hey, I'm your mother, how can you talk so rudely to me? Or just like, this is not a hotel. Yeah. So don't take it personally when they snap at you. Give them space. I'm going to make us some tea. I'm here when you're ready. So can you imagine, to be able to respond this way, you got to be so calm and not reacting to their misbehavior. That is a big challenge for parents, especially if you know your child so well. That's why sometimes PFA is very hard for family member to do PFA on their family, but it's helping other families. Yeah. But it's not impossible to learn or to practice once we know. Okay, overwhelmed caregiver. Your mother who cares for your father with dementia breaks down at the kitchen table. I can't do this anymore. I'm so tired. And then I feel guilty for saying that. Can relate? Make you call. What would you all do? Hold her hand. Wow, this is so good. But don't be surprised, they can push your hand away. Then you don't terasa also lah, don't take it personally. So there's something else that is bothering them. Give her a hug, okay, physical. Okay, so don't jump to solve her. Try to solve her problem. Of course, you are exhausted. You have been carrying this alone. So if they allow you to hug or hold her hand, look at her in the eye. Of course, you have been exhausted. You have been carrying this alone all these years, right? Look into the eyes and talk with the right tone. It's very, very healing one. Yeah. And then, some practical help. Is there something that I could do? A small thing that can give you a little relief. So give them practical help. Yeah. Okay. From these 4 scenarios, anyone that you felt you can relate? The child, the teenagers. the spouse or the caregiver. Got enough. Yeah. Right. So let's say if you are activated yourselves, where you are also triggered because of their behavior, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounds both of you. If she is anxious, you can use 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to ground the person so that can calm them down. But if you yourself are activated, if you yourself are not calm, you can also use 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to ground yourself, or you can do deep breathing. Right. So we can do this together right now. Remember, we have got 5 senses, right? So can you all type, what are the 5 things that you can see right now? Can you name them? I see the light, I see my computer, I see my cup, I see my fan, right? Zoom. 5 things, 5 things. What are the 5 things you can see? Laptop, calendar, calculator, handphone, cup, screen, okay? My hands. Okay, so you see, when we are anxious, right, we are thinking about the worst case scenario, right? So what we are trying to do when we talk about grounding is to bring them to the present. So our senses is the best thing that we notice. So 5 things you can see. Now 4 things you can touch. Okay, what are the things that you can touch? I can touch my computer, I can touch my ruler, yeah, I can touch my clothes, I can touch my hair. Then 3 things you can hear. Okay, this one you must type in. What are the things, 3 things you can hear? That's very fast, Justin. Okay, 3 things you can hear. Outside sound. What sound eh? Dr. Yo, fan and wife. Okay. Fan, birds. 3 things, 3 things, 3 things. Wow, you breathe so loud one. Breathing, you can hear breathing. Okay, then 2 things you can smell. If you have showered, your shampoo. What else? Durian. Ayo, my favorite. And 1 thing you can taste. So usually this taste is something that you have just eaten. Lemon. This is also very interesting one. We think about lemon, we can have saliva one. Yeah. Right. So this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is that 1 tools that you can do to calm not just yourself, but people whom you are reaching out to. Right. So let's look at the last part, faith, presence, and practical hope. So we want to really give them spiritual, physical food before spiritual food. So empathy before theology, presence before proclamation. Yeah, talk is cheap, right? But we want to really be there. Action talks louder than word, speaks louder than word. And whatever we do, we want to do it with love, love before any solutions, any answer. And we call it the ministry of presence. And Jesus himself entered suffering. He didn't just stand outside, yeah? So when the woman came in, and wept at his feet, Jesus did not just stop her. He just let her be, especially the one that come in, with the alabaster jar, yeah, and try to, which is so expensive, right? And he break it and try to wipe on Jesus's feet. Jesus just let her. And when his friend died, he wept. Remember, Jesus wept, so we don't have to be strong one. I know our culture, boys don't cry. But Jesus wept, So Jesus is our role model, right? So give yourself, especially men, macho men, that it's okay to cry. It's okay not to be okay. Right? So at Lazarus' tomb, before any miracle, he wept. So he show up first before he does any miracle. Then he asked questions. What do you want me to do for you? Yeah, so he invited us rather than just assume. Yeah, to just tell him what we need from him. And then he stayed. When the disciple ran, he remained, because the very fact that he goes through what he has to go through, the fact that he's on earth is to die, because that is the promise for salvation to all mankind. So when everyone on the day where he was caught and crucified, everyone ran, but he did not. So how to offer prayer safely, so that we don't just say, let's pray, and let's commit to God. So prayer should feel like a warm hand extended, not a door closed. Usually when we say, okay, let's read the Bible together, let's pray, it's when we don't know what else to do, we don't know what else to say, we are stuck. All right? But you don't have to anymore, right? So first ask permission. Would it mean anything to you if I pray? All right? Don't assume that they want prayer. So always ask. Because when people who are in distress, they are also very disappointed with God. Why I have to go through this? So they may not want to pray. Keep it short, present, focused, and simple. Don't have to pray like intercessors, right? Anyway, they cannot focus on, all right? So short, sweet, to the point. Long theological prayer when they need, what they actually need is emotional contact rather than long prayer. Name their pain in the prayer. Don't be general. God, help her find breakthrough. Yeah. So that's very general. Yeah. God, you see the pain that she's going through after the loss of her husband. Heal her pain, right? So because when we name that emotion or name that pain, it's also telling them, hey, she really understood, she really heard me out. Yeah. So pray before, you can only name the pain after you have heard them out. All right? Otherwise, it can feel very dismissive. Before you hear my story, you want to pray for me already. Do you even know what to pray for? Of course, then we will say, oh, I'm spirit-filled. The Lord will give me, anointing. So again, it's not about you, right? It's about the person that you help. So let the prayer feel like an extension of your listening, using prayer to avoid the discomfort of being present. So like I said earlier on, sometimes as a person who are reaching out, we ourselves are not comfortable because we are stuck. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to say. We are so uncomfortable with silence. Yeah, so then we bring God in, which God is already in. For all you know, when 2 or 3 are gathered together, He's here with us. So, so how to offer prayer safely? So ask, would it mean anything to you if I pray? And keep it simple, short, present, focus. Name their pain. Lord, be with so and so in this moment of grief. Don't rush. Don't move to pray before someone else's feel hurt, right? And respect, no lah. If they decline, it's okay. So your presence is still a prayer. Yeah. Because every time, we are really doing internally, as we reach out, we are praying as well. Right. So, any questions so far? I'm coming to an end already. What have you learned up to now? One word that you can live with, or what you have come here for. May I know how do we know when do we need to practice PFA? When do we need to just give emotional support? Part of PFA is emotional support, right? So the first P, the first L, look, you need to be able to notice somebody is in distress, then only you can give emotional support. Yeah. Okay. The art of listening. Sympathy. Be a good listener. Empathy. Okay. Be good listener. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, grounding. Very good. Yeah. Pray. All right, keep it coming. So just a revision. So we look at distress in family. So don't just look at the behavior. All right. Read it with compassion, feel what is underlying the surface. And as a PFA, we are not fixing, we just show up, we calm them, we connect them. And we use the 3 framework, look, listen, link. Yeah. And then as we listen, just listening, sometimes we do nothing, it heals. It starts a healing process. And then when we empathize with them, it helps them open up even more because they feel safe with you. That's where we do validation rather than giving solution. So the right words open hearts, the wrong words shut down. And ministry of presence means we be there with them before you speak for them. Then prayer is the most powerful where it follows genuine presence. All right. So that's where we surrender them to the Lord. So how will I show up differently? So it's not going to be something that you come in, listen for 1 hour, and then go back home. So something that I want you to just reflect, is there one person in your family who needs you to look more carefully? Is there one thing that I will listen for that I've been missing? Or one thing I have listened, I will listen for what I have been missing. So all this while I'm hearing, but I'm not listening. Yeah. Especially, if you always hear your wife nagging, after a while, you're really hearing, but you're not listening. And why would a wife keep nagging? Why will we repeat? Because the person is not hearing. If the person hear, then they will do what I want the person to do, then she don't have to nag anymore, right? So what is that one thing that you need to start listening? And what is that one thing that you can offer, that you can create for your family this week? So if you know this person is going through some challenge, maybe you can start connecting to a mental health professional. The one thing you can stop saying and replace it with, stop saying, what could be it? Don't be ungrateful, others have it worse. And then you can start replacing with something that's healthy. And then the family does not need to be a perfect parent. It needs a present and a learning one. So this could be your homework, but if it's too much, So don't pressure yourself to have answer. You just have to show up for the people you love, and that's everything. Nowadays, young people are very lonely. As much as they have the gadget, they have the whole world in their hands, yet they are lonely. So action this week, choose one person that you will show up for them without having to give any answer, just being there. Maybe it's time to call them out for coffee or tea just to see how they're doing. All right. Any question? And this is the other, I'm sorry, I'm using this platform to just share. If you want to equip yourself as a parent even more, we had on 23rd May, right, parenting talk. Can get in touch with me for more information. Okay, question. Back to you.
Yep, that's all right. Thank you, Dr. Yeo, for that enlightening sharing. I'm sure all of us here has benefited much from your simple and yet so informative sharing. I mean, sometimes when I think back of what I have done in the past, I recognize a lot of mistakes I have made. We try to be gay, gao, so as they say, But our generation, we always, we don't have this kind of problem so much. And we always deal with them harshly. But we thank God really that He has helped us with Christian brothers and sisters in the love of God. They help us to be more kind now. Last time we always used the power of the cane. I know my generation, we always use the power of the cane, and the cane solved everything. No mental problem, no problem. But now these people are so different. I'm glad we hear you. There's one question here which is on the chat box. You say, how do we discern when to stay or when to leave that person who is experiencing emotional downness? Example, do we still insist on staying there with our presence when the person remark, go away, leave me alone?
Okay. So I think it's important if the person has said go away, I think you just step aside lah. Watch from a distance. So make sure the person don't lock the room or is within sight. That's very important. But if you insist not to go away, all the more they will slam the door. Right? So we don't argue, we don't fight with them. So what you can validate sounds like you really need your own space. Yeah. If they really want to close the door, you just say, please promise me that you will not harm yourself lah. Katakan if it has a tendency of harming self-harm. So again, it depends on what are the situation. Yeah. If the person already say what you do, really just step aside lah. Don't force your way. That the more you force, the more they will react. Yeah. So if you panic, the fact that I don't want to walk away because I'm scared that you will do something that will harm yourself. It's your fear. So your fear will transfer. They know you're anxious, then they will not be able to calm down. So we need to learn how to co-regulate one another.
Okay. Somebody asked whether they can have your phone number. I think we'll leave that to Dr. Yeo, because I know people like to call and ask for consultation or whatever it is, but I think she has put it down, so she has made it available for you. Thank you, Dr. Yeo. Right now, I think I'll pass this time back to our chairman to close in prayer and take a photo shoot, and then we can have more time for you to ask questions directly with Dr. Yeo. Mr. Chairman.
Yeah, thank you, Richard and Florence, for moderating the session tonight. And thank you, Dr. Yeo Pei Lee, for sharing with us. And tonight, indeed, that we also learn, the importance of 3 simple yet powerful principles. That means look, listen, and link. All right. Now, I think you have also Dr. Yeo Pei Lee has shown us that psychology first aid, right? It is not about having all the solutions, but it's about being present and also showing compassion and walking alongside one another, through difficult moments, So I think she has also shown us that, the small acts of kindness, encouragement, and also prayer, and also love can bring tremendous healing to, especially those wounded hearts. So may our homes tonight, become where emotional support is freely given, okay? And also, especially connections are strengthened and healing flows and through our love and understanding and also hope. Now, I want to thank all of you for coming on this evening, for joining us this important session. So may we continue to also care for one another with compassion and also wisdom, as we build stronger, healthier, and also more resilient families. All right. So I want to pray for all of you, and after that, we will turn on this video, and we will have a group photograph, okay, and to be posted to our social media. Okay, so let us commit this time and also to the Lord, and also to pray for each and every one of you. So thank you, Father, for tonight, and also for sending Dr. Yeo Pei Lee here to share with us the important principles of these 3 important principles of look, listen, and also link. So we know that, Lord, that tonight it is a wonderful session that many people, their life, they are blessed. And also, Lord, as we depart from here tonight, that I pray that may your face shine upon each and every one of them, and then also grant them your shalom peace. And also, Lord, especially for our speaker tonight, and we have about 10 minutes time to fellowship with her. So may you also grant her the strength and also grant her the energy to be able to speak forth with compassion and also, with so much of zeal and also the love in you. So I want to thank you for tonight. Thank you for Richard and Florence for moderating the session. And also we want to thank all the technical support team
Yes.
for making all our internet and also our computer system in order. So we give you thanks. We praise you in Jesus' name.
Amen.